What's up, folks? Renfail here. I've been getting a lot of questions for a build guide for my character in Borderlands 4. I'm not really that far into the game right now, so I don't really have an in-game build guide at the moment. I've just been taking the abilities that look cool to me and fit the playstyle that I enjoy playing, so we can go through that. The build guide is going to talk about the points, the skills that I've taken so far, the points that I've spent, but also about the gear that I have been running with because it sort of coincides with the build that I'm running. So, yeah, I guess we can call this like a low-level build guide for Vex because I'm not quite to level 20 yet, so we're still pretty early. I believe the max level is 50, so like 30 would probably be like a mid-level guide. And then we can do, I suppose, an end-game guide as well. So yeah, I went with the Phamiliar build for Vex because I really like the concept of having Trouble accompany me because he's just too damn cute. Like, just the fact that you can pet him and he'll like,
I will always have time for you.
yeah, he'll roll around and do fun tricks. I think he's just super cute and super fun. So for me, that was a no-brainer that I was going to want to go with Trouble as the primary, as opposed to running, say, multiples, which I could have done with the Dead Ringer, which has the clone minions, or the Reaper. And I was just like, nah, man, I really like the Phamiliar. So Trouble is my go-to. The points you could see here, but I'll walk you through why I took what I took. The first very 3 points that I took right out of the gate were to max out Hasty Fiends, which gave me increased movement speed and damage reduction. And I then put points into Blood Magic because I had to spend at least 5 points to get to the second row. You have to spend X amount of points to get to each one. Once I got down here, we get into I took believe I took Blink Strike at first, and then because you get the option between the two of these, whichever one you want to. I didn't think that ordnance damage was going to be that cool, so I ended up starting originally Blink Strike. Now I don't have Blink Strike anymore, and there's a reason why. But then I went into Yowlin Bay. This was very, very important for me. Yowlin Bay gives Trouble increased maximum health capacity, and then I get increased gun damage for a duration after commanding Trouble. So this is nice, but mainly it's for the increased health for Trouble, which helps him last longer. And to be honest with you, now that he's got this maxed out, he can pretty much just run around and do whatever he wants. I really don't have a problem with him dying, other than occasionally on boss fights. If I'm not actively paying attention, he can die. But honestly, really, if you're paying attention, when you teleport Trouble, he will teleport, do damage in the area, transform into badass, and then fully restore his health while gaining damage for a duration. And once I was able to spend enough points, I immediately went down here to the right to beast mode, which makes him immune to damage, gives him increased attack speed, and increased movement speed for a certain amount of time. So now, as long as I'm paying attention, he really doesn't die. I think there have been maybe one or two boss fights, and it's usually when I'm distracted by like lots and lots of ads. Otherwise, Trouble is now beefed up and can do pretty much anything he wants. I have been currently spending points in Grave Current to give me bonus shock damage. The reason for this is because I could have gone over here as well, but I wasn't using a shock weapon until recently. So this one is dependent about me being attuned to shock, whereas this is just a passive to give all of Trouble's abilities shock damage. This felt better to me because then it wasn't dependent on the damage of the weapon I was using, right? It was just he gets shock damage extra, which is cool. Now the reason I'm putting all these points over here is because what I'm really aiming for, and this will probably be where I end up when I go make the mid-level build guide, I should have this fully fleshed out, but that will be I want Grave Thirst, which is lifesteal. So we'll be focusing on that. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I did take for a while because I had to spend enough points to get down to here. So I ended up putting 3 points into Overprotective for Overshield, and then 2 into Overheal, which is a nice regen when I have Overshield, which got me down to here, which allowed me to get to Beast Mode, and then I started putting points into Grave Current so that I can eventually get down here and get the lifesteal. I haven't looked beyond the lifesteal yet, to be honest with you. I'm sort of just aiming there because that's going to require 7 more levels to max that out, because I have to put 2 more levels here and then 5 levels to max that out. That'll put me at level 26. And then I'll take a look at where I want to go from there. Um, there's other stuff in here that I might want to look at. I just don't know yet. Because I may decide that I'm going to spend some more points in passives over here. But again, I haven't looked much beyond this. So those are the abilities I've taken so far. But now we need to look at the weapons. So the big thing is that Trouble will change his element based on the element of my weapons. So right now I'm using shock, so he does shock. If I change to cryo, he changes color and will do cryo. If I change a weapon that uses something else. Quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. He will then do that element. So if anytime I cycle through my weapons, depending on the element that they do, he changes his elements as well. And in this case, I'm using this weapon a lot for the shock. So we're gonna go with this now. For the moment, I don't have a really good main weapon, but what I do prefer are all of the Maliwan weapons. Specifically the submachine guns. I like the automatic fire, and the Maliwan is nice because it switches the elements, and Trouble changes elements with me. Now to supplement this, I also have in the enhancement slot, I have the targeted brutal trend center, which is a transfer that says on kill, guns with Maliwan license parts spread their active status effect to up to 3 nearby targets. So this gives me gun splash damage, some other stuff. The big thing is, because I prefer to use the Maliwan licensed stuff, I'm also not always, as often as I can, I'm using Maliwan grenades, but I don't have one at the moment because I found this really nice singularity one. But as a general rule, I've been trying to stick to the Maliwan for my submachine gun and for my grenades, because of the fact that I have this really cool enhancement which allows me to spread the status effect to additional targets. So that has been very, very helpful. And again, this ties back to Trouble changing the elemental damage that he does based on what I'm doing as well. So it really is a complementary journey between Trouble, the weapons I wield, specifically my primary weapon, but then also just going through and looking at how I have him spec'd, going through here. And like I said, right now I'm working towards getting the life tap stuff. I'll be there in a couple more levels. So that is an early leveling build guide for Vex and Phamiliar. I mean, I have no idea what title I'm going to give this until I actually sit down and do the SEO for it. But yeah, that's an early build guide for the way that I'm playing my version of Vex in Borderlands 4. If you found it useful, let me know in the comments below. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Check out the playlist. There's a lot of other guides to Borderlands 4. And I play a lot of games. This is the day job. Check out all the other stuff. We'll see you in the next one. Stay safe and happy gaming.